Hi again. It's June 2nd, 2020, and there's a lot going on in the world, and there's a lot that needs addressing. I want to talk briefly and sort of slightly about some of the issues facing the world, but I don't want to be among those who are falling all over themselves to say the politically correct thing. I don't want to virtue stand or whatever you call it. I don't want to use buzzwords. I believe that each of us have barriers. The barriers come from various things. They come from where we've learned. Some of us are scared to be near old people. Some of us are scared to be near very little people. Some of us are scared to be near the disabled physically, and some of us are scared to be near the disabled mentally. Some of us are scared to be near the other gender, or someone in between. Some of us are scared to know each other. Some of us are scared of people of different colors, from different places, with different histories and backgrounds. Some of us are scared to speak to people who believe different than us, different religions. There shouldn't really be anybody capable of decrying all borders or barriers as though they are somehow beyond this. I've not met that person. The only person who comes close, or well, actually who does it, is Jesus Christ, who was in fact God. There's a little story in the Gospel of John, chapter 4, where Jesus and the fellows are off doing their thing, and they come through Samaria, which is a place they're not really supposed to go particularly. And Jesus sits down, he's hot, he's tired, the boys go off to get provisions, and then this woman comes and he asks her for water. And she says, "What are you doing? Who are you? Why would you talk to me? I'm a Samaritan woman. You're not supposed to talk to me." And then John, just to make sure his readers really understand, because he knew that this story would last a long time, he points out, look, folks, Jews don't talk to Samaritans. It's not done. Not only that, we all know that men didn't talk to women, certainly not when they were alone. And if he knew the story of this particular woman, boy, he'd really not talk to her. Jesus rejects all these accepted and acceptable barriers that would be between him and other people. Jesus is God and we're not. I wonder which barriers affect your life and how you might go about this, how you might go about bringing them down a notch. I've often been an advocate for environmental care. And one of my big ideas is not new, but I shouldn't say big idea. Maybe it's a big conviction of mine. It's just this. Getting people in touch with nature would help. Taking kids to farms so they can see where the food comes from. Taking people on nature walks and hikes. Maybe asking them to use their iPhones to take photos of flowers or birds. Maybe they should even just do something so simple as finding a dandelion and try to take 5 different angled shots of it to come to appreciate the beauty that's there. Similarly, I wonder about these big divides we have between people and people groups and ideas. Could we find a way to have small, deep, meaningful conversations? Jesus here is not at a political rally trying to change the way Jews see Samaritans. He's just having a conversation with a woman. He's not arguing with everybody about how men should relate to women. He just has a conversation with a woman. Who could you have a conversation with today? Which barriers need to fall? Which barrier needs to fall first? Might be a helpful question. How do we go about it seeing God in one another, recognizing the divine, recognizing that we are all beloved children, no matter where we're from, no matter what color we are, no matter what gender we identify as, no matter what has happened to us, no matter what we have done. We are all capable of this. And as Christians, that should help us to not fear, but rather to love. I don't have all the answers. Nobody does. I can reach out in my own little way to try to be an agent of reconciliation in the world, Jesus calls us to be agents of reconciliation, of peace and truth and love, dignity. We don't all have to grandstand on Facebook or Instagram or anywhere else. What if we just quietly went about getting the job done? Imagine the transformation that could happen in many of our most difficult situations if more people simply quietly, lovingly, caringly walked alongside others. Lord, you are the God who walked among us. You show us paths forward. Give us vision that your peace would reign upon the earth again. Lord, we wait for your kingdom. We cannot do it ourselves. We have a growing thirst within us for this peace. Make it so, Lord. Make it so.